If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know, the return. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The crowd is here and the lights are on, and they wanna show, yeah. A fresh, cool young Lou, trying to cash his microphone check 212. Wanna believe my own hype, but it's too untrue. The world brought me to my knees, what have you brung you? Did you improve on the design, did you do something new? Where your name in on the guest list, who brung you? You, the more famous person, you come through. And the sexy lady next to you, you come too. And then the hitman, standing outside of heaven, waiting for God to come and get me. I'm too uncouth, unschooled to the rules, and too gumshoe, too much of a newcomer.
He's about an hour behind you.
I battle with it well, though I need a holiday like lady who sung blue. Go back, whatever you did, you undo. Heavy is heaven, the devil on me 2 tons too. You are what you say you are, a superstar. Then have no fear, the camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know. And you better wear your shades. The spotlights here can burn holes through the stage. Down through the basement past the Indian graves where the dinosaurs laid. And out through China, nearly misses airliners magnified ×5. This is pointed at the rhyme. Ricochets off the moon and sets the forest ablaze. Most of us don't want it to fade. Then they ain't gon' clap and they ain't gon' praise. They want everything back that they paid, cause they been waiting since 10 to see the lights get dim. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The crowd is here and the lights are on, and they wanna show, yeah. So chauffeur, come and take me away, cause I've been standing in this line for like 5 whole days. Me and security ain't getting along, and when I got to the...
Okay. For those of you that didn't realise by the start of this video, I am officially an Ironman. Bittersweet Ironman. The sweetness is obviously I managed to finish. The bitterness is the amount of things that went wrong, but it doesn't matter. I've been there. I have got the t-shirt. I have got the medal. That is official. I am an Ironman, and I completed said Ironman in 15 hours and 25 minutes. So, about the weekend, we settled into a really good rhythm on the swim. Chris was doing incredible, but at the end of the first lap on the back corner, there was some weeds, and that's where my race really started to go downhill. As soon as I got into those weeds, and panic they kind of tangled up your legs a little bit, so it was really difficult to kick, and then that was it. I had full cramp through both calves. All I could feel was my calves were cramping every 2 to 3 seconds. In my head, I had to keep telling myself it's isolated to my calves, that if I could make it to dry land to my bike, I could stretch my calves out, get some blood in there, and as soon as I got onto the bike, I could spin my legs out. Anyway, long story short, I made it to the end of the swim. It took an hour and 40 to get out. The first lap of the bike went completely smoothly. Nutrition was fine. Cramp had completely disappeared when I was on the bike. I could just feel that my calves were tight from the initial cramp. Then we get on to lap number 2. I was feeling great. And then we start to get through some twists and turns, and the back end's starting to feel a little bit sloppy. And I look down and my tyre is slowly losing air. I try and do a quick repair on it. The fix didn't last. Air is just pissing out of the back of my wheel. And I'm not riding a really good bike. It's like a 500-pound decathlon bike with some aero bars attached to it. After 2 minutes of me being a complete idiot, I removed the tyre from the bike and managed to get the inner tube out. Here's me thinking that I could finish in about 13, 14 hours. I am now down an hour due to cramp in the swim, really slow transition, and then having 2 flat tyres. I should have just properly made sure. The rest of it goes perfectly fine. I'm a little bit tired and a little bit depleted, but my little decathlon bike managed to get me through the entire thing relatively unscathed. The mindset from lap 1 was all hands on deck, let's get some nutrition on board, try not to cramp, just try and settle into a nice little pace. The end of lap 1 started to feel really good, got into lap 2, flying through the course, and then that was it. The back tyre had completely gone at that point, so lap 2 was just a nightmare, and lap 3 is just like pure mental. I've just got to hold on. Doubt came into my mind, and I managed to get rid of it, but one of the ways that I managed to get rid of it is like I only have 1 lap left. All I've got to do is get to that marathon within that time, and I can do that. I know I can do that. And then it's on to the run. Not really much to report on the run. You start by doing this lead in, and then you come to this section where you grab your bands for each lap that you're on. Now it's pretty soul destroying, running up and grabbing your first band, and then you look to your right and you just see waves of people collecting their 3rd and 4th band, meaning that there are obviously so much closer to finishing than you. But in my mind, I was like, I've done the bike, I've got 7 hours to complete a marathon, I know I can finish this race. So that's the thing that carried me through the entire way, up until about the last lap. And then I bumped into this guy called Stephen. I wanted to say that we helped each other get through it, but it was purely Stephen. He had an incredible mentality. Felt like Stephen basically got me to the end of the race. I would have gotten to the end of the race, but he got me there in good spirits. It was nice to finish with some camaraderie, with somebody that had a very similar mindset. So you get to the end of the run, you sort of meander down the hill back into where the sign is. People are lining this little pathway that sort of slowly snakes down towards the Ironman sign. And everybody that has completed their first Ironman should ring the Ironman bell, which very clearly has a massive Ironman symbol and a bell hanging off it. And as you may have seen by the video, absolutely missed the bell and just carry on through to the finish. Although I am officially an Ironman, I haven't run the Ironman bell. And that was it. That was my Ironman. Moving on to bigger and better things. Obviously, this was a booming series with many videos and much content that I created. With that being said, I am an Ironman, and I will never do one again in the next couple of years.
If you are what you